Evening peeps, good evening everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. All right, a bit of late night filming for me in the studio today. I'm interviewing Michaela Meyer and Alicia Baumgardner for TYSON Boxing. I've got to the studio about an hour early, so I thought, you know what, let's see what there is to talk about from the world of boxing. I can't wait to hear from both ladies, by the way. I think that's going to be a crazy fight, I really do. Michaela Meyer, probably the better boxer of the two, and I think it's fair to say we all know Alicia Baumgardner hits the hardest of the two. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. I spoke to someone at Top Rank the other day to line up these interviews, and they were like, it keeps them being sort of labeled as the co-main. It's actually two main events. Obviously we're going to call it co-main, but it's actually two main events. And yeah, look, can't wait for this card. It's weird, when it was postponed, what, 3 weeks ago now, 3-4 weeks ago, I was livid. Now I can't wait. It's a fantastic weekend of boxing for anyone. Like, whatever you like, you're going to get it this weekend. You got, again, this card that Sky and Boxer are putting on, which is a really great card. You got the return of Deontay Wilder. On the undercard of that, you got Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell, which should be a good fight. Devin Haney versus Kambosos as well. Like, really, a lot of stuff going on. I think Matchroom are doing their fight card on Australia. So look, you're covered. No matter what you say, you're covered this weekend. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear from both ladies. Sky really missed the trick by not doing a face-off. Like, these ladies genuinely do not like each other. And I think that face-off could have been wild. It really could have been. But yeah, they're not doing it, which is a shame. All right, let's see what there is to talk about. Let's start with this one. Deontay Wilder. I want to get back to the big fights, giving fans what they want to see. Yeah, let's see, man. Let's see what Wilder has left. I mean, it's funny because you look at Wilder and, I mean, he still looks in great nick. Like, I'm looking at him now, he looks in great shape. But Wilder's no spring chicken, you know? No spring chicken. He's had a very physically demanding last few years in fighting Tyson Fury. Look, obviously he didn't win any of those 3 fights. In fact, he lost all 3 for me. I've always said, what did that take out of him? Especially those last 2 fights. Those were physically very, very tough. What did that take out of him? We'll find out in a few days. I'd like to think and hope there's still something left, but we won't know until he gets in the ring, until Helenius hits him. And I think Helenius will hit him, but hopefully Wilder comes through this one, just because he's an exciting, he's exciting, isn't he? I was going to say he's an exciting addition to the division. You know what I mean? Obviously, he disappeared for a while. But with Wilder, there's so many fights that I'm picturing in my head that I'd love to see him in. I mean, look, the AJ one, Chaos and Leg. AJ Wilder, if it can be made anytime in the next 12 to 18 months, is still enormous, providing that Wilder and AJ don't lose, by the way. I'm not saying if they lose, it's still big. I mean, providing they go on 3 or 4 fight win, then it's still a huge fight. Wilder Ruiz is insanely big. Wilder Usyk is enormous. Like, Wilder Usyk, I think, would do bigger numbers. I'm talking bums on seats. Bums on seats. I think Wilder Usyk does bigger numbers over here than in America. I really do. I think I genuinely believe that Wilder Usyk over here could sell a stadium. I think boxing, I think now has surpassed cricket and rugby as the second biggest sport over here. I think that Wilder Usyk does a stadium. I'm not trying to say it does Wembley, which is 90. I may be thinking a Tottenham. Tell me if I'm wrong. I just think I think people will turn up for it. I think all the boxing fans will turn up for it. And I think it would be an incredible spectacle of a fight. So look, let's hope Wilder gets past Helenius. I can't wait for that fight. Look forward to it. Again, I'm going to repeat myself, but banana skin, honestly, watching Helenius, and I know Kaunaki is completely different. I know his feet are slow, and I get all those things, but he looked really refreshed against Kaunaki. He did, and look, Kaunaki is probably going to retire now, and that's down to Helenius. Speaking of the heavyweights, it looks like we're going to get an announcement very soon that Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion, the WBC heavyweight champion, the #1 heavyweight in the world, is going to fight DERECK CHISORA, a trilogy. You know, you guys, I'm sure, remember they fought way back in the day for the British title, and then they fought again, I'm going to say about 6 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 7, and now it looks like they're going to get it on again. Look, from a Chisora perspective, fuck it. You know, if they're willing to pay you, get your money, you're going to fight for a title, go and get it. From a fan perspective, like a boxing fan. So look, there's me, the Chisora fan, and someone that knows Chisora that's like, fuck it, man. They want to pay you, go and get your money. But as a boxing fan, it's like, what are they doing? Like, what is Tyson Fury? And I read out all these accolades at the start just to kind of emphasize the point. What is the lineal heavyweight champion doing fighting Derek Chisora? Now, he might have a built-in excuse. He might say, look, I tried to get Usyk, and Usyk didn't want to fight until the new year. I tried to fight Joshua, and for whatever reason, that didn't work out. So I've tried to get the number 1 and 2. Okay, I get that. And let's start going down the list. I mean, let's start knocking off 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do that. Let's play that game until we get to Chisora. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure he said he was going to do this ages ago. I'm pretty sure he said when he was sitting next to Bob Arum, I remember it. I remember him saying, I'm going to fight Dillian White, Derek Chisora, AJ. I don't know what order, but I think it might have even been in that order. And if that is the case, I need to go and find that interview. Then he's only saying what he told us. He's only doing what he said he was going to do. He's not deviating from that plan. But again, you just can't be the number 1 heavyweight on the planet and fight Chisora. You can't. I mean, I was, at Chisora's last fight with Kubrat Pulev, which could have gone either way. I'm happy it went for Chisora, but it could have gone either way. The next step for me for Chisora was someone top 10, top 15 maybe. And I get, look, Chisora's only in the game now for big fights, but didn't know he was in the game for this bigger fight. I mean, this is just madness. Honestly, it's madness. I don't know how well the fight's going to do. The sale's already started. I mean, we all saw Chisora and Fury have words ringside at the Parker-Joyce fight. Chisora will sell it as much as he can. He'll do something crazy. I don't know. I honestly look at it as just friends helping each other out. I know that sounds crazy, but I know that these two, I'm pretty sure of it, they're quite cordial outside the ring. I think they're okay with each other. And maybe it's just a case of, honestly, getting on the phone, look, do you want the shot? Yeah, I'll take the shot. Okay, cool. Honestly, and don't get me wrong, they're still going to go in there and have a fight. They're going to go and bash each other up, I get it, but it's weird. I mean, honestly, it's weird. Again, if this fight was offered to a number of heavyweights, they'll take the fight. Number of heavyweights that deserve it more than Chisora, they'll take the fight. But it looks like we are going to get to see Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora December the 3rd. Mate. Honestly, I know there are a lot of Fury fans on this channel. And I say that, not that I'm not a Fury fan, but there are Fury fans that are a lot more hardcore than me. How do you accept this? How do you sort of reason this in your brain that Tyson Fury is going to fight Derek Chisora and that's okay? Yeah, I don't know. But again, look, good luck to Chisora. As I say, go and get your money. World title shot. Obviously, this is not going to do any stadium, so let's just scrap the stadium talk. An arena, O2, I'm guessing. I guess we know the date as well. Chisora's training. So, yeah, I guess it will probably be announced in the next couple of days that Tyson Fury will fight Derek. What a weird trilogy as well. Like, it's very rare you get a trilogy when the first 2 fights have been one-sided. Like, very rare. Like, strange. Honestly, strange. It's going to be interesting to see how they sell this. Like, I can't wait to hear what Fury and Frank say about this. Like, the reason that they've done this. Because again, the built-in excuse will be, well, Usyk said no, and they're going to say AJ ducked him. That's what they're going to say. And my argument, my response to that will be, okay, but how did we get to Chisora? Like, there is still it's still Usyk, AJ, and there are still a number of heavyweights in between that. And I've already said, there's some that he can't fight. He can't fight Deontay Wilder. Obviously, he can't fight Dillian White. Can't fight Joseph Parker. There are a number of, but there's still a few before Chisora that maybe should have got the call. Bakoli's coming off a good win against Tony Yoka. I would have Bakoli above him in terms of more deserving. Like, I think a win over Yoka is bigger than a win over Pulev. I don't know. That's just my own thoughts. Right, what else we got? Let's have a quick look. Michael Conlan, Kareem Guerfi set for December 10th in Belfast. Conlan's trying to stay busy, which is good. Kareem Guerfi is the guy, I'm pretty sure, that had that crazy fight with Jordan Gill. Jordan Gill's going to fight Kiko Martinez. I was thinking that Jordan Gill might rematch Kareem Guerfi because it was such a good fight on the undercard of Lawrence Okoli when he fought the Polish fighter. I can't remember his name. But it's going to be Michael Conlan. Yeah, let's see, man. Let's see. I think that could be a decent... I think Guerfi was having... Like, Guerfi was... I wouldn't say destroying Gill, but he was having his way with Gill for a few rounds, and then Gill just landed something crazy, and that was all she wrote. Showtime head, Espinoza says, Spence Crawford talks plagued by misinformation. Fight is still on track. Still on track, sorry. God. I don't know. I saw Errol Spence tweet something like, it's going to happen next, like very cryptic and vague, but that's what he tweeted. So hopefully he's referring to this fight, but I honestly, whatever, I don't even know. 2 seconds. Ramirez preps for Bivol, but eyes Canelo. I don't think Ramirez will get that fight. Ramirez, like, Bivol was ultimately a bit too big for Canelo. Like, he's just too big, too fresh. Ramirez is bigger than Bivol. So if Ramirez gets the win, Ramirez ain't seeing Canelo. No chance. Honestly, no. If I'm Canelo, I was just thinking about this the other day. If I'm Canelo, I retire. I know that sounds so like, what? Are they what? Like, I don't know what else he's got to achieve in the sport. Like, he's a full-weight world champion. He's made hundreds of millions, hundreds. He's a Hall of Famer. He'll go down as one of the greats, he will. I don't know what the want is anymore. The guys now that he's going to fight, like honestly, I still think he's undersized for 168. The guys that he's going to fight, the Benavides of the world, are hungry. Bivol, we saw it. I don't know, man. I just don't, like, what more do you, like, go and play golf. Like, boxing is such a dangerous sport. He's achieved it. Tick, tick, tick. Wife and kids. Honestly, I'm not joking. If I was Canelo, I'd say, I am done. I am done. There's nothing else out there for me. Like, even Benavides, it's not like I get the Benavides challenge, but it's not as though Benavides has destroyed everyone and it's like, whoa, this is it. This is the challenge. Benavides still needs to do work. And by the way, I think Benavides can cause Canelo problems, but I'm just trying to say, from a selling standpoint, Benavides needs to do some work. That there's no obvious, he needs to fight him next challenge for Canelo. Bivol's the obvious one in terms of the get back, but I don't think that's a good idea for Canelo unless you drain Bivol down to 168. I'd call it quits. What's this one? Delphine Passoon to return November 13th for Mayweather Deji undercard in Dubai. That's crazy. Honestly, that's crazy. This is interesting. Beterbiev versus Yard is rescheduled now for January 28th. Yard to have tune-up fight November 19th. It's so far away, I don't even take that news serious yet. January 28th just seems a million miles away. Yard could have an injury in that November. It's too far away for me to even think about. So much can happen in between that. So much. So as much as I'm happy for Yard to get his opportunity, you guys know how I feel about it already. It should be Yard versus Boatsy, but I get it. World title fight, then, you know, go and get it. Big money. And at London as well, I'm hearing, for that January 28th fight. So we'll see. Oh, this is a great fight, by the way. Prograis versus Cepeda. Look, it's on pay-per-view, which might not go down too well. What kind of numbers is that? What kind of numbers is Prograis? I don't care how you stack the card versus Cepeda going to do. Like, it's almost as though, like, the fighters want so much, and I don't know, good luck to them, right? I don't know what money they want, but Why does that need to be on pay-per-view? Why can that just not be on regular TV? Like, why is Prograde versus Zepeda on pay-per-view? That they're going to have to price that at something like $25. And even that sounds crazy because that's just what our top pay-per-view prices. Remember, the pound and the dollar are pretty much one-on-one now. But they'll probably charge it at $50. $50 for Prograde. And look, great fight, right? Belts on the line, I get it, but no. What belt is on the line, actually? Because remember, all the belts have become vacant. Is it the WBC? Yeah, WBC. Boy, that's madness. But it is a good fight, but pay-per-view for that's crazy. All right, anything else before we... Abel Sanchez criticizes, this kind of goes back to the Benavides talk, criticizes Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. They're just sitting around waiting for a big payday. I have to kind of agree. I like both fighters, but it's now got to the stage. How old is Demetrius Andrade? I think he's about 34, 35. And it's almost just, it's weird because this is an unbeaten 2-weight world champion, world championship gold medalist, 34, 35 in February. How old's Jamal Charlo? 32. They're going to look back and it's like, honestly, it's so, their careers are strange, man, both of them. Like how they've not got in the ring with each other. I think, did Andre turn it down or something? I can't remember, I'm not going to get into that, but I'm so with what Abel Sanchez is saying. Usyk manager insists Fury is still top priority. We're interested only in unification. Well, I thought Usyk's talking about Wilder. I don't know. We'll see. Tyson Fury. DERECK CHISORA is started, people. DERECK CHISORA is every bit as dangerous as Usyk. It started, people. All right, are we done? It's very interesting. Haney on we'll end on this one. Haney on Kambosos being quiet. I'll beat him whether he's talking or not. It is strange this time round, though. Kambosos has been super quiet. Obviously, look, he's no longer the undisputed champion, but he has been super quiet in the lead up to this. Whereas, remember before, he was talking a hell of a lot of smack. Now, none. Anyway, guys, girls, peace and love.